Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Derrick Beeler, outdoor.
I'd like to welcome everybody into the broadcast today, Derrick Beeler Outdoors radio show, joined by my co-host Dave Maggard. How's it going, Dave?
Oh, pretty good. We're getting a little break in the weather up here. It's got up above zero now, and things are looking up. Our guest today is a longtime friend of mine, Mr. Derrick Butler. And you've probably heard of Derrick Butler and the Blue Jays. Well, this is the Blue Jay man that's got the Blue Jays. And I'll tell you what, if you've never heard these people perform, you're missing something, because they are great. They are simply great.
Thank you very much, Dave, and good afternoon to everybody out there. Thanks for calling and having me on your show today.
Well, you're quite welcome, mister. And what have you been doing with the Blue Jays here lately since I've seen you last?
Oh, son, lately, January, I was on a cruise down in the Gulf of Mexico over to Cozumel and back, and then, we've been out to Arizona. Bluegrass Festival out there on the Colorado River. We just got back last weekend from a festival out in Wichita, Kansas, and loading right now, getting everything cleaned out of the little bus and reloaded, and heading to Florida, hopefully heading to Florida tomorrow for a weekend Bluegrass Festival down in Waldo.
Oh, man, it must be hard to have to do that stuff like that.
Going to Florida must be tough. Got to be tough.
Yeah, this time of year.
Well, we left Cozumel and Tampa, Florida, and Cozumel was 83 or 85. I can't remember. It was one of those, blustery days. And we left Tampa, and it was like, upper 70s, mid to upper 70s when we headed home, and just hated to leave it. It's a tough job having to go south in the wintertime, and especially on those cruise ships, too. That's rough. But we've been on the road the last couple of weeks, and it seems like it's just snowed everywhere. I think the news people here said yesterday the only two states in the country that didn't have snow. One of them was Hawaii, and the other was I forget, one of the out west states, California or somewhere like that. But
California, I think.
Yeah, California and Hawaii. I think that's the only two states that did not have snow. There you have.
We certainly have air parked up here in Kentucky. We still got a bunch on the ground, and we're expecting 1 to 2 inches tonight sometime.
Well, I know it. I think it was last week y'all got dumped on. I was looking because we were going to have to leave to go out west, and I was looking thinking, when I come up I-24 and all up towards St. Louis, man, I was kind of sweating at having to do that, but it all worked out. The good Lord watches after us, and the road crews taking care of the roads. It all worked out. We got out there and back pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely right there, buddy. The good Lord looks out after all of us, and it's a real pleasure to get to talk to you again. The last time I saw you, I guess, was down at the pavilion in front of the Ernie Stubb record shop there in Pigeon Forge. You were down there with Matt Ledbetter and a couple more guys that night.
That's right. Has it been that long?
Yeah, it's been that long.
We need to get together soon.
Yeah.
Well,
when I get down there, we'll get our heads together. And I've got a bunch of new songs you might want to look at.
Oh, I'm definitely interested in that. I know you've got some dandy songs. You're quite the penman with the music, and I'm ready to nose through some of that stuff.
I appreciate that, Jerry. I'll be down there in about 2 weeks now.
Awesome. Maybe we'll be thawed out by then. You can get across Jellicoe Mountain.
Yeah.
Good deal, Jerry. What was some of your big influences that got you into playing music and singing?
Well, Dave, I tell you what. I grew up, of course, Knoxville, right here in the heart of the Smoky Mountains. We've always had mountain/bluegrass/country music influence all around us, from Bristol to WNOX, barn dance. We've always had a musical history here in Knoxville. Kaz Walker and his show ran for years and years and years, and man, it's just always been around us. And I have been a fan of the old country music birth, I guess.
Right.
And I listened to a lot of that, and I listened to Flat and Scruggs. That was a big influence on my music. To me, those guys, especially later in their career, they were crossing over, and you could hear things from the Carter family and some Bob Dylan tunes and some other tunes that were out on country radio. Man, Flat and Scruggs were doing these things too. I thought that's pretty cool. So, I listened to a lot of their music, and I had a music teacher that I started taking guitar lessons from in the second grade. Gosh, played guitar for I don't know how many years before, and then I turned 12 years old, and my guitar teacher at the time, he had a banjo student that was rather advanced and progressing along very good, and then he had another banjo student that was really tall. And the boy, he had good rhythm, good timing, and he decided to put him on bass. He was going to teach him upright bass.
Right.
And there was a young man around Knoxville here that played the dobro, and hardly anybody played dobro around that time. And that fellow's name was Phil Ledbetter. You may have heard of him.
We have, yes. Oh, yeah.
But that was the first band. It was myself, Phil Ledbetter, Rodney Pearson, and Bill Lynch. That was the first band that I was ever in. And that name of that band was the Knoxville Newgrass Boys.
Knoxville Newgrass Boys, all right.
We were kid proteges, and we had a good teacher. And not to blow our own horn, but we had a good little band. He was teaching us the right way. So he put that band together, and, buddy, we played through high school. We played all over the South and around the region here, it seems like. We even made a trip up to Washington, D.C., in 1976, during the nation's bicentennial. We played up there at the White House lawn, entertaining folks waiting to go through to do the White House tours,
Right.
And even got a signed seal of appreciation from President Gerald Ford at the time. So we've had a good run with music, and I've been very blessed and to see things and meet people along the way, and it's just a great thing. I pinch myself sometimes. You hear people joking about living the dream. Well, yeah, I am. I'm living the dream.
Well, I was just telling Derrick the other day that you had been playing since you were about 7 or 8 years old. You didn't feel that better. You were real young when you had that little band together there.
That's right. And at the time, that was in the 70s. And at the time, bluegrass, the hotbeds of bluegrass move around, it seems like. It's always changing. The music is heart and soul and roots. The bluegrass music is bluegrass music. But to me, it seems like there's been areas that at the time, like Washington, D.C. for a little while with the Southern scene and all those cats up yonder, that seemed like a hotbed for bluegrass music. Lexington and Louisville was a hotbed for bluegrass music at different times. And Knoxville, during the 70s, it seemed to be a hotbed of bluegrass music. And here we had the big Redgate Bluegrass Festival. We had the WNOX Auditorium with the Smoky Mountain Bluegrass Club. They used to bring in monthly shows over at the Bluegrass Club. And, of course, our little band opened for all those guys. And then right about 1982, when the World's Fair came into Knoxville, we had Buddy's Barbecue that had already been established as a bluegrass picking place. Guys, bands coming through town, they could always get a Friday night or a Saturday or something at Buddy's Barbecue, just to get their bellies full and get a little gas money to get to the next gig. And people love picking at Buddy's. So then the World's Fair came in, and it just seemed like we just really had that explosion of bluegrass music. So it's been a fun time. It's been a great time growing up in the music, and Phil and I have laughed about it time and time again. Man, we were just 12, 13, 14 years old. If we know now what we knew then and the people that we were associated with, wow, it just blows our mind.
Speaking of fun times, we're going to have a trout fishing shoot with you sometime in the next few days when it gets warm down on the Clinch River. We're really looking forward to that.
That's going to be a whole lot of fun. I was thinking about that earlier this morning, and I don't know. I used to do a lot of fishing when I was growing up with my granddaddy, and I've told this story from the stage many, many times. Me and my granddaddy was buddies. We used to do a lot of things together. He always, when he came to town, they lived out of town for a long time. when it came to town, one of the things we would do was go down to the neighbor lady's pond. She had a great big old pond, and it had some huge catfish and huge bass in that thing. And Granddaddy said, boy, when you go down there and see if we can catch us a fish. And we would do that. And Granddaddy, when they finally retired and moved back to Knoxville, he had a little old, I don't know how big it was, just a aluminum V-hull outboard motor and boat. You know, we pulled that thing up one of the lakes here, and we'd fish all day. And I was thinking, I don't know that I had been fishing since my granddaddy passed away in 1980, 81, somewhere along that line. So this is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to wetting the hook with you guys.
Good. We can't wait to have you down wet a hook with us.
It's going to be fun. And that area up in there, I know it's got all kinds of fish. They're just hungry to be caught. And if we don't have to break the ice to do it.
Right, and the spot that we're going on, too, I wanted to mention is in Clinton there. It's a trophy part of the Clinch River.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Well, that just makes it sound even better. Of course, now, Granddaddy, when me and him used to go fishing, he'd always carry in his tackle box a can of Vienna sausages, some deviled ham, and always a sleeve of crackers out of a saltine cracker box.
There you go.
He always... I don't suppose we'll have any of that, will we?
We'll provide that. That comes as special gift. You know how
winter.
Well, you know how when people go on big TV programs, they have like the room where all the food is.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have you guys a truck tailgate dropped with Vienna sausages. Does that sound good?
That's gonna be awesome. As long as we can have some crackers and I think he also had a little pack of hot mustard in there too.
We can throw that in too.
You guys, you made a trip with food. You catch me every time.
That's right. That's all you got to do with Dave. Just make sure we got food there.
So that's all right. I
love my bologna.
Yeah, he's a big bologna guy.
There were times, Granddaddy, we'd get them big old thick. Now when they used to do the thick slice bologna, then that was thick stuff. Now, that was, you know what I'm talking about, Dave?
Oh, man, yeah.
Well, the thick slice bologna, and Grandma would fry that stuff up, and she'd put us some sandwiches together and wrap them up in one of them little plastic glad bags. Son, we'd be out there. We could stay all day on one of those big thick bologna sandwiches.
On one sandwich, yeah.
We're going to have Phil Ledbetter on some fishing show here in the next few days, too.
That'll be a right.
Out west.
That'll be a right. Phil, you'll have a big time with Phil, I know.
Oh, yeah. We're looking forward to that, too.
Yeah, I think a lot of him. Of course, we growing up together and being able to play music together. We've been friends since fourth grade.
Speaking of the radio shows, the next show we have will be with Mr. Jay Bicknell. He's the wildlife biologist here in Estill County, Kentucky. We're going to have a chit-chat with him next on the radio, and then we'll get Phil Ledbetter and be on the radio show.
Y'all got quite the who's who of musical folks.
I want to thank you, Jerry, for coming on the program today and talking a little music and talking a little fishing, talking a little bologna. We definitely appreciate having you on.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to wetting the hook with you again.
Definitely looking forward to it.
We're looking forward to having you back sometime on the radio program, too.
Well, thank you, Dave. Appreciate that, and Derrick, appreciate the information or the invitation to be on today, and I look forward to seeing you guys very soon.
Appreciate having you. Thank you, Jerry Butler, ladies and gentlemen.